And well, hello there folks, I'm RJB from RJB TV and welcome back. Today we're going to go into part number 2 of the best of set between JH and Gensei. And before we proceed, I want to give you a spoiler warning. If you haven't watched game 1 and 2, please go watch video part number 1. And let's start with the games. Let's start with game number 3. The score currently is 1 win for both players. 1 win. They both beat the Terran as Protoss. Both players won Protoss against Terran. And that was kind of to be expected, although both players also many times over and over have managed to beat top-level Protoss players with their Terrans. So even though Protoss is still favored to win, in my opinion, between these two players, don't write off their Terrans. Their Terrans are solid. Very, very solid. Minchul, who is on the name DFD, so don't be confused, JH is playing on the name Minchul. Confusing, I know it. In the previous video, someone even commented on it, but Minchul is actually DFD FFD. JH is Minchul Kyuyuk. Starts off with a barracks into a supply depot. JH starts off with barracks into supply depot. And Minchul starts off with double gateway. He is on the middle spawn, and the middle spawn has a pretty short traveling distance into the middle, which means that it's easy to rush and attack against a middle spawn Protoss as a Terran when you do your barracks before supply depot, but it's also easy to attack as a Protoss against a Terran when you start with double gateway first, because you have less traveling distance compared to a corner spawn. And that's kind of the reason why on a corner spawn most of the Protoss players start out with a forge, but here on this map or this spawn location starts out with double gateway and doesn't go for the extra nexus until after he starts 2 zealots. Right about now, gateway number 2 comes out. That's kind of what happens most of the time. Middle spawn, gateways before nexus, corner spawn, nexus before forge, and then the gateways. So Marines are already out, and this is exactly why he went for the 2 gateways. Because now the Marine, when it arrives on the scene, is not going to do a lot of obscene things to those probes. The probes are going to be safe and sound, because the Marine cannot attack with a Zealot chasing its ass. It's going to die as soon as it stops to attack. And we've got another Zealot and a probe there going for the counter-attack to push in on JH, who's pulling the Marines he still has here back towards his barracks to regroup and have a superior force, superior strength over that one single Zealot. The Marine there is still walking in circles, killed nothing, will never be able to kill anything. He's gonna have to keep running and running for its life, because that Zealot is gonna take it as soon as he can. Keeps it alive there. Both players with a small little moment of not paying attention. Cannons are on the way there in the front. Cannons are on the way in the front, and they will soon get cancelled, because we have a lot of Marines there cancelled before they get killed. So Marines arrive on the scene. Minchul is in some trouble. He kind of made some mistakes here. He's got less Zealots than he should have, and now probes are dying. Target firing on the probes is trying to kill as many as he can, do as much damage while he can, and that is indeed a lot of damage. I think he lost about, let's just say, 9 or 10 probes in total, which gives JH a huge economic lead over Minchul. Now Minchul does have that 1 nexus there, so he's gonna recover his probe count relatively to JH's worker count. So the worker count should even up at some point. We do have a command center around the way, which should finish up in the next 30 or 40 seconds or so. Got a bunker there coming up in the front. Minchul is kind of scratching his head, because now he's at a point where he has to start formulating a pretty damn good plan in order to not die to JH at about 11 or 12 minutes. Because at the moment he's behind on where he should be by 10 probes. He should already be on 29 probes, maybe 30 even. He should be in the lead, should be in the driver's seat. But JH has taken the steering wheel right out of Minchul's hands. Now he's kind of, in my opinion, steadily cruising along to looks to be a pretty strong mid-game. He's got a good amount of Marines. Minchul is overextending really badly. That is a really bad overextend. That's kind of what Minchul does a lot of the times. He's one of the few players who sometimes just tries to brute force his way in, even though the chances of success are pretty low. And this is one of those cases where the chance of success was pretty damn low. Loses pretty much all of his zealots, killing only 2 SCVs, while annoying. Not really a problem for JH. Not really a problem. It is annoying. He has to chase these zealots around the base pretty much all the time to prevent them from killing SCVs, and they did kill 2. But he loses, I think, about 8 zealots in total. Not sure if that was even remotely worth it, but it did force JH to keep running in circles. And that's not a lot. That's not a lot of damage. Not a lot of advantage gained. I'd even say JH gained a small little advantage there, because now the fighting force that Minchul can and will have when his units are coming out that are capable of actually killing the Marines, the fighting force overall is going to be smaller when you lose units earlier into the game. Double Dark Templar on the scene. We have a turret there on the way in the front, and we'll finish up just in time. Dark Templar's going to try to sneak past before that happens. But no, he is, in fact, is he gonna... Oh, that was a beautiful move. He saw the distortion on the... He saw the distortion right here. He saw the distortion in that pathway, because he just happened to be looking right here. So that saved the choke. Although he also had this compensation at the back, but that most certainly did prevent some damage. That could have been a little bit uglier. And with some very fast reactions and very good thinking, JH prevents any damage from happening. Although now, Minchul enters the base with the shuttle and the Dark Templars. There's 4 Dark Templars on the scene. Got turrets right there on 2 important locations. 1 turret on the side got taken down. Does he have a turret on the bottom side? No, not yet. Does he have scan energy? No, not yet. So we're gonna lose nothing, I think. I think everything will kind of stay alive, because the structures on the side are protected by Marines and turrets, and only the starport is in danger, but he has the scan composite energy coming up in a couple seconds. The starport should be okay. He's lifting it up just to make sure he doesn't take any more damage. Marines moving down to stim those Dark Templars down. Gets both of them at the same time. Perfectly placed scan right there. He knew there was another Dark Templar, not sure where, but he knew it was there. Now we're going to go for a tank drop across the hill. Does he have cannons to protect? Yes, he has a couple of them, but definitely not enough of them. Minchul saw the dropship, so he's preparing countermeasures as fast as he can, but the dropship already on the scene, unloading, cannon sieging up, tank sieging up, gets a shot off, kills 13. Kills 13. There's 23 dead probes so far in this game, and only 2 dead SCVs. That was worth it. That was the shot JH needed to secure the win. I don't think there's any situation, any scenario at this point where Minchul is gonna make a comeback. This is JH's game to lose and to win. And this is Minchul's game to make a comeback in, and a comeback doesn't seem very likely. He does have a drop there ready to go in, but JH doesn't often defend drops poorly. He's really good at it. Gonna put the Templar there on the high ground, storm the tank behind the high ground, try and storm again. Doesn't kill either of the 2 tanks though, but they're on low HP. Gonna try to go in yet again. Storms right on both of them at the same time, which now means the Dragoons in the front can maybe break through. But we have tanks there inside the dropship, putting the tanks on the high ground. The front has been secured. Dark Templar there on top of the tank. So we still find some use out of that one single Dark Templar that he still had there. But even though Minchul played that was really good play. But he's simply too far behind. He doesn't have the fighting force required to really do much here. He's fallen behind too much. And I think Minchul is starting to realize that. He's trying to brute force his way through with a gateway army and a couple of shuttles to maybe get some units into the mix as well, but so far nothing really seems to be working out very well. He's doing small amounts of damage to JH, but as I said before, JH's lead is too big to really make the damage he's taking count. It doesn't really hurt him that much. Although he gets supply blocked, which is, you know, it's something. Lost 3 depots and a turret there in the front. Drop there trying to find a way in. Cannot find a way in. Storms of the tanks, picks up the high temper as well. Good control and good use of units so far from Minchul, so he is trying to make the most of it, trying to make the best of it. He really wants to win this. He's looking for ways to turn this game around. Tanks sieging up there on the left side. He's never going to break through the front with gateway units. It's never, ever going to happen. He's got Marines there to intercept shuttles, turrets there as well. Got armory there with a 1 attack on the way. He's got 4 factories, adding on 3 more for a total of 7. Might get a science facility soon as well. Got vision on the high ground. Shuttle there dancing back and forth, looking, fishing for a catch. But a catch won't present itself. JH is just calmly. He's not really doing any crazy micro. He's just doing very solid planning. This is all very solid, following the build order, using his brain with the information he's gathered so far to just defend himself perfectly in the situation he's in. You got hallucinated shuttles there on the side, waiting to go in. You got double Corsair there on the scene as well. It's going to try to drop those SCVs to Kingdom Come and hopefully make a comeback. He's now on 65 probes. He lost 23 so far this game. Shuttle drop there over the top side, top right, left. Coming in, Marines on the pathway. Shuttles do survive, starts to allow the Templars, trying to storm all the SCVs, but misses both the storms. Hits the barracks instead of the SCVs. Hits the remaining couple SCVs on the minerals, but there was only 2 or 3. Which H there takes no damage whatsoever. Economy is safe and sound. Which now means, of course, he's going to max out. Fill out his base with more factories, get a science facility, get more armories, and then maybe go for the frontal push. He's already played. He's not going to go for a frontal push, he's going to go for the hill push. A true nightmare phenomena on this map. Tanks on the hills, pushing to your probes. That's what he's got in store for Minchul. Minchul, another drop there on the bottom side though. Double shuttle, 1 Corsair. Not a lot in between except 2 groups of Marines. And a couple of tanks on the side waiting, ready. Gets a tank drop off yet again. Kills all the probes. Kills all the probes. 37. He was on 65 or 66, down to 12. All the probes are dead and gone. He found the perfect way in. We're going to look at that in a replay because Minchul is going to call GG. He knows the game is over. He knows he has no chance at all to ever win this. He's going to try one last drop, but he's only getting hunted down by a Wraith. So the drop gets revealed. He is in trouble, my friends. He's got more shuttles there, more Corsairs ready to go in. Like, the game is going to be over after this drop for sure. There's no way. Even if he hits, the game is over. The game for sure is over. JH has won the game with a very good Marine Rush, a very good double tank drop from both sides. Drop there over the top side, coming in. JH sees it coming, Marines on the scene. There's a lot of turrets. That's way too many turrets. Turns around, will look for another way in. Is he gonna find another way in though? Gonna try the front door, over those bunkers. And he just leaves the game. Sees no way in. It's inevitable, it's impossible. He saw the writings on the wall clearly. Clearly saw that there was no way to make a comeback. Let's look at the tank drop. He flies all the way over the side. Looks for a way in. Flies straight over the pylons. Minchul just did not notice this dropship flying over the left side. Just flies in there calmly. 71 probes in total. Sieges up. Gets a scan off. And he kills 22, 36. And this goes to 37. He's just dead and gone. The game is over. That game is over. Nothing he can do to make a comeback. Just really well played and patient play from JH in a game where Gensei had to make a comeback and the comeback never happened. It's very difficult against JH to make a comeback. He's one of the very best defensive Terrans Specifically because he has really a good eye for tank drops. He has an amazing eye for tank drops. Even when you think that there's no way he's ever going to hit another tank drop, he finds the perfect spot to hit you. He finds the perfect spot. Somehow he makes it work. It doesn't make any sense. Nobody else can do it like he does it. But whenever he can, whenever there's a chance, he will kill your probes, one way or another. And that wins him a lot of games. It wins him a lot of games. But the score now, 2 wins for JH, 1 win for Gensei. Gensei is gonna have to make a pretty good comeback here because he's behind pretty badly. Well, only 1 game. But he's gonna have to win 2 games in a row to win this, and JH has to win only 1, I assume. I assume this is a best of 5, not sure. I didn't see any mention of a best of 5, but I think this is a best of 5. Minchul here on the name DFD, FFD, FSD, FER56. On the magenta pink, Terran on the 3 o'clock spawn location, and JH here on 7 o'clock on the olive green. Protoss returns yet again to show that he's got the skills, he's got the moves to attack and abuse. Because that is what a Protoss has to do against a Terran. Attack and abuse. But Protoss is the aggressor. Although in the previous game, we saw JH flip the tables momentarily at the start, and with the tank drops, made Minchul feel the pain of losing those workers. So yeah, as I said in the previous game at the start, a Protoss on a corner spawn pretty much always goes for Nexus first, and a middle spawn always goes for double gateway into a Nexus. And that's, as I said before as well, walking a distance into the middle. It just takes twice as long to walk those zealots into the middle and to attack. It takes twice as long. So it's just way better on a corner spawn to go for gateway before Nexus before gateways, and even a forge before gateways. There's a gate. That's the gateway. It's gonna get double gas after the double cannon in the front and a cyber core as well. Or maybe gonna go 1 cannon. Double cannon in the front, and then double gas and the cyber core coming up in the back there for JH. Whereas Minchul is doing a supply depot barrack, supply depot gas, barrack build order. And then an academy coming out as well. So instead of going for the barrack on 8 supply, he's going to go for the barrack on 9 supply. He switches it around. It gives him faster access to an academy, but it does mean the first Marine comes out a little bit slower than it otherwise would. Exactly 14 seconds. Or, well, around 14 seconds difference. As he either dies to the cannons in the front. What is Minchul gonna do here? Is he gonna go for the rush? Is he gonna go for fast stim medic? Or is he gonna discontinue Marine production and go for a command center before that? Have to keep my eye on that academy. Academy's finished up, gets the stim, cues of the medics. He's gonna go and try to break through that choke. Zeta there entering the middle to scout and to maybe attack. Sees the Marines, and when you play against Minchul and his Marines are right here, in the front, it means you gotta cannon up as fast as you can, because it means medics and firebats are on the way with stim in tow. It means he's gonna try to break through your choke. So another gateway there coming up there from JH. Got a Citadel of Doom there on the bottom. He's going to go for Dark Templars. I assume it could still be Reaver Shuttle. So the amount of Marines is growing. Medics arrive on the scene. Firebats spawn as well. Getting cannon number 4 and maybe a gateway right here. Putting a gateway right here is going to make it more difficult for Minchul to break through. Is he going to do that though? Is he going to do that? Triple cannon on the scene. He stims up his Firebat, stims up his Marines, gateway in the front, exactly as predicted. And he's gonna ignore the cannons and run right in. The Firebats both go down, medics are gonna go down as well. 1 medic stays alive. So it's 4 Marines, 1 medic entering the backside. The 2 Zealots are on the scene. 2 Zealots are on the way. Couple Pro still alive, cannon on the way in the back. He's just gonna attack whatever he can at the moment. He's gonna kill the gateways. He could go for the probes. I'm not sure why he isn't going for the... He's probably assuming that going for the probes is not gonna work, so he's gonna kill the gateways instead. Killing the gateway is great, but I really think he could have killed a lot of probes there with Stim and Medic. He could have done the micro is so disgustingly good. The micro is great, but he's gonna run out of Medic energy at some point. Oh my god. Look at that. Oh! Beautiful. Beautiful. Those 4 Marines and a Medic killed 5 Zealots in total. That is disgusting and should not be possible, but he did it. He did it. The Medic stays alive though. Marines are dead and gone. Medic ran out of energy. Could no longer heal that 1 Marine. He's gonna scout the base there. Checks the back. There's now 37 probes there for Minchul. And we got... excuse me. JH has 37 probes. And Minchul has 25 or 27 SCVs. Confusing, it even confuses me. The fact that JH is using Minchul's name as his username, it is confusing. So we got a very fast starport there on the scene. No command center coming out there for Minchul. He's going to try to push or maybe do something else, but I don't see him going for the late game. I assume he wants to play this out quick and easy. So turrets are coming down for shuttles and Dark Templars. No Dark Templars are on the map there though. Didn't go for the Dark Templars after all. He went for High Templars, much like he did in game number 2. He's gonna go for a double drop though, 2 directions. Multi-directional drop. Is he gonna pull this off with the multitasking, or is Minchul gonna defend this one easily and sniff out the trickery from JH? Marines are on the top side, Marines on the bottom side, and Marines are in the front. Got a tank there as well. Got a dropship there on the vessel on the way. Vessel on the way. It definitely means that Minchul wants to go for the Marine Medic High Templar push, but storms all the Marines. So that's no longer possible. With all the Marines dead and gone, you cannot ever go for the Marine tank push. That's not going to work. You already sent some Marines and SCVs out to build turrets, not a drop there from the top side. JH is distracting Minchul really well at the bottom. Shuttle goes down though. Shuttle does not stay alive. So yeah, he lost 12 Marines, but he's still going to try to break through that choke. A lot of shuttle there leaving the base. Going to go for another hit on the SCVs. He has 1 more Templar in the front. And he's making a couple more. Getting armor for air and ground. And he just finished up shuttle speed as well. Shuttle is zooming through. There's a hole right here. He's aiming for it. That's the goal. Picks up. Oh, he's doing a switcheroo. Goes in there with the shuttle. Going for the SCVs. Templar arrives. Templar kills the SCVs. Kills 13. But Minchul is on the push. He's not going to give up on the push. He's got a tank there on the scene. 2 bunkers as well. And the vessel in the air to detect Dark Templars. But the shuttle there leaves the base. Nope. It's going to put 1 High Templar on the high ground. Dodges the storm. He saw that one. Good dodge. But still kills 4. He's dropped her on the bottom side, hunt 1 High Templar inside. He's going to try to kill those SCVs. He's healing them up. This is so important. Healing up those SCVs with the medics. That can, like, when you start dodging storms, but this SCVs do get hit by the storm, they lose HP every single time, and at some point, they're going to die to a storm really quickly. So having a medic there allows the SCVs to run through a storm to escape to safety. Not something you can do with Protoss or Zerg. EMP's in the front. Oh no! The vessel in the front. Oh, he loses the vessel. Has no scan. He completely messed up. That was a huge fuck up. I cannot. This drop comes in. Kills the SCVs. So even though, yeah, that was just JH just easily killed Minchul there. Minchul was being very aggressive, but couldn't keep his eye on the map enough, or long enough. Wanted to go all in, but kept losing SCVs and Marines, and lost the science vessel. I don't know why he put this science vessel right here. I just don't know why. Why? Like, let me just rewind a little bit. He went in for the EMP on the High Templar to make sure the High Templar could not storm his Marines. Oh, he doesn't even go for the EMP. Does not even go for the EMP. It's just, oh, he goes for the, yes, he EMPs the High Templar, but then does not move the science vessel out of the way. It dies to the cannons, and then the game is over. He has no, like, let me just pretty quickly look at everything he's got. No second command center, no scan. Science vessel only just now queued up. Everything here is gonna die to this one Dark Templar. He does have 2 SCVs to build turrets, but this one Dark Templar kills Marines with one fell sweep of its blade. So, like, he can just kill everything here. This push has failed. He's got Reavers as well. Shuttles, Reaver and Shuttle on the way. This just turned into an absolute disaster. He made huge mistakes. Huge mistakes. And those huge mistakes ended up costing him the victory. JH wins 3-1. And Gensei is going to have to go home wearing the loser's hat.